Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. Welcome! It's Radical time. My name's Evil Dragon. I'm back in the commentary box. Missed last week, had some issues. Everything's fine. We're back again. Lot of drivers still here, 15 of the buggers. We're missing one. That, of course, is Camo, but he's not here. But 15 drivers, all ready to go flying around the circuit. We had one disconnection, and oh dear, as he goes spinning exactly on cue, there is Mr. Scold, who is spinning wildly out of control. Now, first couple of laps already in, a 1:28.4 currently the quickest time. Ahead of Kaiser, he is a good old driver I like seeing as well. Currently coming out the pit, 2 tenths off the pole time. EPR Racing Archer, we got Big Kid Daddy, who is going Big Kid Grassing. Limbs, who are going down into the chicane. Now, this chicane, of course, caught a few drivers out before in other races, especially in AOR and other leagues as well. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do. Mr. Visceral driver Thomas Ethan, who is coming through the chicane, currently in P6. A good lap so far for him, puts him so far in the middle of the field as Wolf actually beats him there up to P6 so far. So Ethan will have to get a move on there, beat his older teammate. Bax currently in P8. JR down in P9, Geo down in P10 so far, Matt in P11, 6 minutes to go in qualification, Met kinda down in 12, R in 13, Vector, who is I believe second in the standings, as he correctly says it. He's a very happy man and it's a good achievement, but will he finish there? Possibly, who knows. Long season, a small mistake and one retirement put you right down the back of the field. And Scold, who is set to set a lap time. Vector is 6 seconds off the pace, might be wanting to get a lap on quite quickly. Ivalo, Jornet currently up front. 2 attempts, you've got to be wondering, could this be potential for the ultimate lap time? Now they're currently coming down the back straight down towards the chicane under what used to be the Dunlop Bridge, if I'm not mistaken. The old Dunlop Bridge that was torn up in 2010. Did some research on this circuit back when they were about to redevelop it into a modern circuit. Luckily they didn't, because the circuit looked very interesting and removed every good original part of it. But we got to keep this original circuit. It's been rather the same since 1975, minor a few tweaks to some curbs and a slight chicane that's been slightly altered to be a bit more lenient. Guys, it comes in the pit lane. I believe now he's going to stay out for another lap. So all the drivers starting to get their lap times currently in, but it is Jornet who's really quick this season. He's taken one of the biggest strides as well. Kaiser P2. APR Racing Archer, a bit of a wiggle on. That's down and out of exit turn 1 and 2, I think it might be. Yes, it is. Very easy to do down that section of the circuit. That's just coming out of the old hairpin. Easy to get on those curves. Big Kid Daddy down into turn 1. And we saw him spinning wildly off earlier on. It seems to me that these drivers are going to be struggling as well with the grip. They're all very sideways. Now, rain expected for the race. Of course, there goes Wolf spinning off there. We must be careful rejoining the circuit with a lot of cars next to him. Just about avoids that one. And that there might as well be Jornet coming through past him. Yes, it is. Driving the rather spiffing old red, white and blue livery ahead of the English technical livery, because it's got a big English flag on the front of it. So Team England there in P2. As Kaiser's now in P2, actually. Never mind, I was looking at the wrong person. Wolf, who's currently got the English flag on him as well as Ethan as well. Geo, currently in P9. He's going to be getting a bit of a move on as well as a few other drivers. Vectro's improved, only up to 13th though. Disappointing for him as Scold up to P6. So Scold is going to be happy with that lap. Maybe trying to get, he only needs to find a 10th up, as actually saying that. I think there's that EPR Archer that up to P3 and OS Limbs coming through the last corner there. See where he can go across the line. Currently in P5, improves by 6 tenths and stays where he is. Big Kid Daddy now up to P5 as well, improves ever so slightly by just under a 100th of a second. It's got a bit wide there through the exit of turn 10, I believe that is. As Wolf comes down the hill, up the hill, around the bend off the circuit into the grasslands and bouncing his way towards the camera screen. And absolutely brilliant stuff for Wolf. That Radical is now going to be a off-road car. So there we go. All your guys who are liking Dirt Leagues are going to have to drive the Radical now, as the Dirt 2 Leagues are starting up, I believe, on AOR in due course. So that's going to be exciting stuff for all your Dirt fans, as well as I know a few of us are indeed. Kaiser, still P2, 2/10 off pole time right now. So John Ed's got a very good record of being so quick in quali. He leads everyone else by 2/10 seconds, 7/10 down to VPR Archer. Filled very close though, down from 3rd down to at least about 6th, 7th place. So it's very close together. Jornet even quicker, 1 minute 28.3. Where's this pace coming from this driver? Kaiser in P2. Archfield has come through the first corner. Right now looking down at OSL Limbs coming through the last corner. A little bit wide there for him. Comes to the line though. Let's see where he can go. He's currently P4. Stays P4. 2 minutes to go in qualification. Big Kid Daddy, can he improve? No, he cannot. Who will be the next car to cross the line? Might be Gio and a few other cars coming through the last corner. Archie coming through. Let's see what he can do then. P13, disappointing for him right so far down the field. Someone who's been doing a beautiful drive, and he's on an out lap right now as well. 20 seconds off his ultimate pace, so be disappointed. What about Madarang? Let's see what he can do. Can he improve at all? Through the last corner, down on the bricks. 1 minute to go in qualification here at Donington Park. Matarang crosses the line. Can he improve? The answer to that is nope. It was also an out lap. Up front though, leaders are coming through the last corners to begin what will be their last lap then. Can Archil get himself on the front row? He's currently on the second row. He needs to find, what's it, 5/10 of a second give or take to get himself up on that front row. He needs to find almost 8/10 to be on pole. Can he find anything? Finds 5/10 of a second just about, and that does put him P2. Now let's see, can Kaiser do it back again? He'll have one that. Wolf improves up to P6, then Shaft Skull down to P7. Ethan now down to P9, Skull as well as someone else improves. That's Vectro up to P5 then. So stonking lap from the Dutchman, who now rather unresolvedly flies himself off the road into the grass, and that'll be his next lap over. Archer's happy with his lap then. I don't think he can see him improving. What can Kaiser do? He has to find some time. Can anyone else improve? OS Limbs as well, just behind him. Vectro's bailed out of his lap then. Big Kid Daddy on a lap. Wolf on a lap. They're all on their final laps then. Wolf coming through down towards turn 10. Turn 8 should I say, actually, more to be correct. But nonetheless, Gio improves, does he? No, down there in P11 then. What about your leaders? They're just coming through the chicane then. Want to be careful, want to make this hooked. OS Limbs just behind. Let's see then, what can Kaiser do? Can he get himself up on that front row of the grid? That'll be the crucial thing. He has to find just under a 10. In fact, 97,000 he needs to find to get himself up there in second on the front row. Comes to the line, that one corner. Can Kaiser do anything? Lay it on the brakes, down to second, chuck it in, nice and easy on the exit, and he comes in the pit, then bails out of it then. What can Wolf do? He comes to the line. Can he improve? Can he beat his fellow comrade of Vectro? Stays 7th then. Anyone else on a lap time? We got Gio on the lap. John Nett coming through the last couple of corners as well. I think he's bailed out of his lap. Yes, he has. OS Limbs, does he improve? No, he does not. So it'll be down to Gio, and I think that'll be, yeah, just Gio then. He's the only one to set a lap time. Then he comes through the middle sector, 2/10 down. So let's see what he can do then. Get himself nice and slowed. Be cautious, be gentle. Through the last corner, and he bails out of it. So qualifying is over then. And it is pole for Jornet here in Britain this time. We're actually in Britain instead of somewhere else, so that's good. Head of the, is that the Irishman? I think it is an Irish driver, or might possibly. They're not going into it. Archil, Kaiser. Then we got OS Lives, Vector, Big Kid Daddy. Then Wolf, Scold, and Ethan. Those three drivers are going to be very interesting to see what they can do. Bax, Gio, Madarang, and then Kinda For You down in P13. Archie, 14. He's going to be even more disappointed with that. A shocking first race, a shocking third race, and Gio lock and loaded down in 15th, and he's going to be lock and loaded of that 15th position. And now, remember, it's going to be Shoggy down here, so let's see what they can do. Have they got themselves prepared for the weather? They may have had a dry qualifying. What is the wet weather going to do? Remember, grid start if I'm not mistaken this time. It's the last time, every time it's stuck for a rolling start, which was interesting, but it's got a grid start this time, which is good to see. Everyone lining up. In terms of fuel, they'll all be running the same because, of course, default's up. So you'll also be running that elusive 33.1 litres. If they're not, then something's gone horribly wrong. As everyone there down the back, we've got GL lock and load. He's going to be wondering to see what he can do down there. It's going to be difficult to come through the field, especially in that race. Because if he has the pace but can't make moves, that'd be very surprising. We'll be starting a pole next race if he stays where he is, of course. Remember, reverse grid, if you DNF, I believe you should be put to the back, but I believe that doesn't always happen. But either way, let's see what they can do. Jonette, Archil, Kaiser, Limbs, Vetri, Caddy, Wolf, Scold, Ethan, Bax. Then we got Geo, then we got Matarang, and then we got MCK of Kinda. Archie, lock and loaded, and we're lock and loaded for the race. And let's see who's going to be down towards turn 1. It'll be the inside for Jonette when we get there. It'll be the outside for EPR Archil then. And those lights will come on. And they're underway. The lights didn't come on for me, but they're underway either way then here in Donington Park. And it's a good start then from the front where everyone bunches up in the background though. Down towards turn number 1, and it's Jonette leads then from EPR Archil. Kaiser in P3. Big Kid Daddy, bit of contact. There's a lot of contact there in the middle of the pack. One car going off, 2 cars going off there. That's Big Kid Daddy, and that might be Gio going off there as they come down the hill then for the first time. Good start though for a few drivers, but not there for 2 at the back. It goes off as they've done it again. Just like last time, off goes Limbs, off goes, I think that might be Matarang off as well, down the back of the field then. So Carnage already at the beginning of this race. But it is crucially for Jonette, who leads from Archil and Kaiser, who's under pressure from Wolf and Vector now. Wolf, a beautiful start, up to 4th. Vector challenging Ethan as well. All of them bouncing up then. Are they going to be any contact down into this corner? They almost run into each other there. Vector getting squeezed once. He drops down 2. He drops down 3. Wolf up to 3rd already. Beautiful start for him as they go 2 by 2 then down the straight. Kaiser 3 abreast into the chicane almost. Up the inside there. That might be Ethan. Round the outside and his teammates run into him. As look at this. They run down the hill. 3, 4 abreast nearly. Almost as they come down to the hairpin, and they're going to do this then. 1, 2, 3, 4 into the chicane, and they collide, and that's the 2 teammates of Wolf and Vector and Skull. They're colliding almost then, so those 2 getting close together as they come down towards the last corner. Great start here in Donington Park. Oh no, and off goes Skull. That is a horrible accident. That's Zach Kaiser. I think that might be there into the side of him. What on earth has happened there? Locked it up straight to the side, and there's big problems there. And Kaiser down there, I think he's got damage as well. Skull surely has damage to that grass as someone goes into the pit lane there, very sharpish. Matarang head already, so Carlin's off the start, but Jonette leads from EPR Archil and P2. Vectro up to P3, Ethan up to P4 and all of that. And then comes Wolf, Bax, Big Kid Daddy, MCK, Skull down to P9 after that contact there, and he's going sideways and he looks like he's got damage. He's off the road and he's going from bad to worse for the Englishman. Other behind them, I think Kaiser off, I think that might be as well. Battling away as someone goes off the road there very hard, and that must be JR having a battle as well. What drama in Carnage have we got here in a 17-minute sprint race already as it's all kicking off. John Atlow leads from EPR Archil, top 2 close together. And this here is the crucial thing here for Archil. He has a penalty then, so let's see. He goes around the outside. Surely not around the outside. Surely Jonette will cover it off there. Can't do it around the outside. That'll be impossible, surely. Yes, he is almost impossible. But he's still there. How's he done this round the outside into the last couple of corners? He'll have the inside line. Don't lock up and run into him, though. Let's see. He'll squeeze him out. Jonette covers him off there. A bit of bargy there and through then. Up the inside, side by side. Down towards the first corner then. Jonette has the inside line. Archie will have the outside line. Let's see, it'll be hard to swoop around the outside there into turn number 1. Jonette will cover it off. He does do so then. Let's see, can he get a good exit? Like, Good old karting line, good old twin SRAM then down the hill, down towards the old hairpin. Into the lead goes EPR, Racing Archil then ahead of Jornet. Good move then from him, gets through, takes up a position then. Jornet for the first time in quite a while, stunned and being overtaken then off the start. VSR, Thomas Ethan meanwhile, ahead of Vector. He's just overtaken him there in a brief couple of corners ago. And Wolf there stuck behind these three drivers. Very quick, and now can Ethan try and challenge these top guys? He's 7 seconds already behind. And there, you can see Vector and Wolf diving up the inside there. Wolf having a look up the inside. This could be a little bit interesting. This corner's not very known for overtaking opportunities. Vector on the outside line. It's Wolf on the inside line. He'll be squeezing him all the time. Down the straight. Beautiful stop between these two drivers. They come down towards the chicane for the third time. Vector will have the inside line. He'll be able to do the braking manoeuvre. And they make contact. And Wolf goes spinning. And there, he's stuck in the gravel. Can he get the car going? He stalled it, I think. He gets himself going in the end. Vector there, colliding with Wolf. And Wolf's going to be happy with that one. But racing into the my books there was a little bit hard. 50-50. One was on the curb, one was squeezing. That means Big Kid Daddy now catches up. Skull now up to P6 with a penalty nonetheless. And with potential damage. Nonetheless, though, still leading this race. EPR Racing Archer 5/10 the gap to Jornet. Then we got Ethan there, now pulling away from Vector after that battle. Ethan's pulled a 3-second lead already. Amazing pace for him. Big Kid Daddy and Scold, and then Kaiser. Now Kaiser and Scold are going to be interesting. I think Scold's going to be a little bit angry about that crash a few laps ago on the first one. Up front meanwhile, top two battling together. Jornet trying to get the lead back again though, so that must have been a mistake for EPR Racing Archil. And let's see, Archie will have to cover him a little bit there. I think he's just got the pace. Jornet has a look to go to the inside line then. Thinks about through the chicane where he's seen contact earlier on. I mentioned it as well earlier. Easy to do. Down towards the first of two hairpins then of the last sector. Jornet just has to be careful. He doesn't want to make mistakes right now. He needs to be conservative. He doesn't want to throw away second position. Because these guys battle, remember. The behind are going to catch as well as Ethan starts to catch a little bit. He's pulled a second on these guys. I think that might just been from the mistake potentially that Archil made. Let's have a look. Last lap 32.7 to a 33. So losing heaps of time. Let's see what Ethan can do. He should be down in the low 32s then. Yeah, 32.5. So 3-4 tenths quicker at a lap. And if he keeps this up, who knows what can happen, especially if these guys start to battle. Skull, meanwhile, now ahead of Kaiser and Big Kid Daddy there. So Big Kid Daddy's made a mistake in the last couple of laps, I believe, because he's now dropped behind all of these guys. And now Vector can go chase after Scold. Or the other way around, vice versa, but you get the memo. Down the pack, by the way, we got back in Archie down 13th and 14th, 25 seconds off the pace there. That was due to the carnage we saw in the first corner. One retirement from this race, and that's a disappointment to see already, of course. Can't exactly see who that is, but we'll see in due course. But Jornet, he's doing good, has to pull the gap a bit closer. You've got to wonder where an opportunity is to overtake around the circuit. You've got the chicanes and you've got these hairpins of prime opportunity if you can make the lunds work. But making a lunds work in these radicals, it's a little bit difficult because the brakes sometimes a little bit temperamental. They can throw the car sideways, but I had a bit of practice a few days ago in these things, and well, I can't drive them, so that probably is a bit biased that I can't manage to get these cars stopped. But they can be difficult. The brakes definitely run very cold in the rain as well. Remember, it's going to be difficult. Meanwhile, Vector skull battling together here, and this is a little bit interesting. 3 abreast. This guy's going to make it 3. He thinks back up the inside, and he almost tags Scold for the second time. There, as this is getting closer and closer, Kaiser has a mission for Skull's rear end, and let's see, 2-3 cars down towards the first corner. Skull's going to pull to the left. Kaiser's going to pull to the right. Skull down the inside then of his teammates. And let's see, Kaiser's going to follow him through then. So rather Mugs there. Let's see Vetro down the hill. He'll be close as they come towards the old hairpin. We'll have to back off. No way through that. So Kaiser, very sensible pacing. Does not want to make a mistake and cause carnage again. He made one mistake earlier on. Now let's see. Gets a good exit then. Tries to make a move. Vetro covers him very good there, though. Doesn't let him come through. Up front, Jornette's leading. Now, that is interesting. Whereas Archer must have just made a mistake again. Must have been into turn 8 and 9. Because he was leading just a few seconds ago and now he's not. And you can see them pulling away there from 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th together. And this is just a melee of cars. Up the inside, Kaiser thinks about the move. Thinks about the lunge. Decides against it, now gets the exit speed. Now he comes through on the exit. This is exactly what he was planning to do all along. Vetro dispersed then, down to 5th. Down to 6th, should I now say. As Kaiser up to 5th and Scold now in 4th. Vetro tries to come back at him low, but can't do it on the exit. Archie dropping back a little bit there now. So 1 second gap now between the top two. So looks like a little bit of pace now for Jornet. And this is where we were talking about it. He's got such pace in this car. He's had such pace this season to be just doing this amount of driving. You can see there as OS Limbs having a battle with Big Kid Daddy. 10 minutes to go in this race, by the way. It feels like this race has been going on for an age, as off goes OS Limbs off the road. Runs himself wide, gets himself back on there. Big Kid Daddy, good defending, squeezed him wide, and OS Limbs had to get out of it. Had to take the cross as well. Let's have a look at the penalties quickly as well. And 1 second for Scold and 1 second for Archil. Archil closing right back up on the lead meanwhile. Look. So let's see again. It seems in these tricky conditions that there is Jornet got a penalty as well. Yes, it is also a 1 second time penalty. So Archil gonna have to try and make a move and try and get past into the lead. But it's one thing catching, it's one thing passing. Ethan and Fur doing a stonking job there, pulling away from 4th, 5th and 6th. They've all got penalties. No mistakes for him so far, which is good to see. Archil trying to come through, trying to make any opportunity he can. As Mick Kinder is in the chat there. He might be told off for that there. I think you're not allowed to do that. But either way, down in 10th position for him. Here we're seeing the battle for 1st and 2nd. Between these two vicious rivals now, and it's the first time we've seen a real battle for the lead here for such a long time here in the Radicals season. Jornette's leading, but Archil currently P2 and trying to catch as hard as he can. The question is, can he try and find any battle and any position to come through? It's the interesting point. You've got to find an opportunity in these conditions there as they run through the puddles, run through the spray. We've seen Jornette's been struggling here before. He takes a very wide line here, I believe it is, and the puddles aren't going to help. They're going to be starting to form more and more around this circuit. And there you can see, gets a good exit this time around, opens the gap to Archie. Struggled a little bit on the grip side. He didn't get the best line through. Meanwhile, battle still going on here between Vetch and Big Kid Daddy and OSL. As Skull starting to open the gap now a little bit. Last up a 37-1 there for the Kaiser. And that's why that gap's opened up. 32-1 to a 32-9. So Skull catching Ethan a little bit now. And despite the penalties, of course, not a lot of pressure going to be going on right now. Archie again trying to get the exit speed there. And again, has got the exit speed now. Long way around. Now, Jornet will cover the inside line. Squeeze across. Give him no room at all. Says, if you're going to pass me, you're going to have to be a little more audacious with that one. Here comes EPR Archie. Although set up fine, will be a bit more aggressive then. Now he thinks about the exit speed. Can't do it. Now has to go in the slipstream again. And you can see Jornet's got super speed down the exit of these corners. Opens the gap ever so slightly, but it is these fast corners that he struggles at most. Has to be careful, of course, these two, that they do not have contact. They don't take each other off. If they do, that will really ruin their strategies of winning this race. They'll start last in the feature race, of course. Which, remember, we had an extra 10 minutes, of course, so extra 7, should I say, almost technically, because, of course, 3 minutes. Of course, for the formation up, etc. to kick in, so it'll be about a 17-minute feature. That's what I said, 27-minute feature. Give or take, Archie's still trying to get this lead. He's still trying to do it now. Where can he do it? It'll be the best opportunity down into the chicane then if he can do it. He'll be the outside line right now, but he's a little bit too far back, about 1/10 off. So let's see, down to the chicane. If he can get a good exit speed here, which he does do so, he could try slingshot again. He's been very good at getting that dive up the inside into this corner. Let's see again. On board we go with him there. You can just see how much he closes up. Again, just runs into the back of Jornet. Now gets the exit speed. Jornet again covers the inside line beautifully. Now he'll cover him off again. And this is getting a little bit frustrating here for EPR Racing Archil as he wants to get through. Bumping and bumping and bumping as he tries to come through the last corner. He's being held up massively right now. But they're pulling away more and more. They're a second clear than the rest of the field. Beautiful pace, beautiful driving from the pair of them. 6 minutes to go. The sun's starting to shine more and more above, but the rain continues to fall. And you've got to wonder, as it falls, as the sun is shining, the track is going to be drying a little bit as well. And the rain, of course, is going to settle on the surface, going to evaporate very quickly, apart from these low-lying corners, where they're very much dipped downwards, of course, like over 3.0. They do that very well. But Jornet still holds this lead for the time being. Incredible driving from these top two. Further down the field, we've got Ethan, Skull, Kaiser, OS Limbs, then Big Kid Daddy, that's up to 7th. Wolf and Vector down in 8th and 9th, opening up a little bit. Then McKinder ahead of Archie, back Gio and JR. But we're kind of just keeping an eye on these top two as they're really providing some great action here. Again, runs a little bit wide. This is where Archie needs to be a lot closer. He really needs to make the dive and just kind of squeeze him wide, trying to make that mistake. But you can just see again, he actually makes a small mistake this time around. Runs himself out of road there. He needs to close up. He needs to be about a 10th off and dive up the inside. Try and squeeze him wide to give him no room into this last corner. Because he's just getting stopped behind. If he can get through that, he's in a good position for the rest of the lap. Because you can clearly see they're just sticking with each other. Lap times identical nearly to the 1,000th. 1:31.253 to a 1:31.257 there. Incredibly close between the pair of them. Vector down to 9th. He's dropped back a few positions there behind Big Kid Daddy meanwhile. So those two battling away. And you can see that down the yard. So he's been overtaken into the chicane then, I believe. Wolf just ahead of him. Round the outside. Vector tries him there. He's squeezed off wide. No way through that. Try and get a good cut back though. Fair play to Vectro. Tries to get the cut back then. Get the slipstream off of Wolf. Down towards the first corner. Unfortunately, no. There's not really any opportunity around the outside here. He'll be squeezed off wide. He'll be forced to brake early. Try and get a cut back if he can. But Big Kid Daddy knows about that one. He's a very experienced driver. And Vector a bit of contact actually that. As he tries to come through. A little bit of contact there. Doesn't want to be doing that too often. It'll be very detrimental for your race place. They come into the old hairpin now for the 11th time. Still low, up front. Here we go. Good exit this time then from EPR Archil. Now let's see. Is he going to try and make a dive? He covers. No space there to the inside. Force him to go around the outside. Surely then he'll be squeezed off right. Can he get a cut back? Surely he can try something now. Gets the better line. Gets a straight. Now can he do it? He pulls alongside. Now he'll be squeezed off wide as Jornet's going to squeeze him. He'll squeeze him. Contact into the last corner. He's going to force him all the way around the outside, side by side to the line. He'll have the inside into turn and one. Surely he has the line now. Up the inside, late on the brakes. Can he do it? Up the inside. He's done it again. Jornet's down to P2. Archer back to the lead here in Donington Park. But is he going to keep it? As they fight their way down towards the old hairpin yet again. Here on lap number 12. 2 minutes to go here in the sprint race. And this is becoming extremely exciting. Not often do you see racing of this caliber up front. We've seen the gap pull a little bit by little bit. Remember, these top two both have a second penalty. So it doesn't matter where they finish. If one fits out of the other, they both have a second penalty. So they won't be able to count each other on that. So it's going to be who's got the biggest balls to make the move. So far, Archer's got the bigger ones because he's made a stonking overtake round the outside. And then up the inside as well into the first corner. And now he's pulling away a little bit. But now has to keep the pace. Has not to make a mistake. And that is the crucial thing. They are 17 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. The incredible pace of Scold catching Ethan right now. That could be interesting. Let's hope Skull doesn't crash in a straight line this time, though. Seen that before. Let's hope he doesn't do it again, because that would be very awkward. Archulo doing good now. He's pulled the gap to 7/10, so he's opening up a little bit right now. So let's see what they can do. Has to be careful though he doesn't make any mistakes in this latter stage of the race with just over 1 minute 30 to go. So they will have another lap unless they both decide to slow down and one of them makes a mistake. If Jornet makes a mistake at least, then Archer has the opportunity to slow down ever so slightly. Everyone else behind though will be on their last lap once the leaders come through to their last lap. We're on lap 13 then. We'll have 14 laps in this race, expecting to go up to 20 then for the feature race just after this. Well, let's see what can happen though. Anything can happen. 50 seconds to go. Archil leads. Jornet is second. Ethan and Skuld third and fourth. Now Ethan knows that Skuld has a penalty, so that's going to be a deterrent there as well. So Ethan knows if he battles at him, if he just keeps him behind Skuld, if he gets past at least, he will still drop behind unless he pulls a second gap. Again, doesn't want to make a mistake. 30 seconds to go then. Are we going to get one more lap out of this? That's the question. Vector and Big Kid Daddy battling away further down the back. Here we go though, down towards the chicanes, down towards the hairpins. 20 seconds. Are we going to get one more out of it? 19, 18, 17. It's counting down. I think we're going to get one more. Through they come to the last corner. Yeah, they will have one extra lap then in this motor race. Just about then, with 5 seconds to go then. We're on the final lap then here in Donington Park then for the last lap. Archil leads from Jornet. Ethan then ahead of Scott. These two going to start battling away now. Behind them, here's Kaiser catching. So Kaiser now going to pressurize Skull into potentially trying to make a desperate move, because Kaiser knows he's got pace. He's been very quick. He's going 2 seconds a lap quicker than these guys. For 131.6 to 133.3. So incredible pace from them. As Skull now trying to challenge Ethan down towards the old hairpin now for the last lap. Let's see. Can Skull do anything then? It'll be very audacious to make a move here because of lending contact. But he wants to be careful as Kaiser's trying to make the move. Skull's going to prove me wrong otherwise if he tries around the outside. Ethan's cover him off as they're going to go up the hill. 3 by 3 then. Up the hill. Hey, here comes Kaiser. Here comes Skull. Skull's going to have to be careful. He's got Kaiser on the outside. Kaiser around the outside. Can he do it then? He's pressurizing Skull to try and make a move on Ethan. Great tactic, or so I say that, from Kaiser trying to pressurize Skull, but he's pressurizing that to look backwards. This might be a blessing for Ethan. Meanwhile, coming into the last corners, here comes EPR Racing Archil. Down on the brakes, into second through the last corner. And for the first time, we're going to see a new winner then. EPR Racing Archil takes victory here in Donington Park, ahead of Jornet then. But who's it going to be? Ethan's just going to cover off Skuld. I think there. Skuld tries to make the lunge. Ethan runs wide. He's off onto the grass. Now, let's see. Can he do anything into the last corner? He'll have to dive back up the inside of Skull, but I think he should get through anyway due to the penalties. But he's going to come through. What's that position anyway? And this is going to allow. He squeezes him wide. He squeezes him wide. Skull's on the grass. He gets back on it. And Ethan's going to finish third. Kaiser in fourth. And Kaiser's murdered everyone. He's gone off a spectacular accident. Skull, oh my God. Skull's gone into space in fifth. Ethan there gets third in the end. Kaiser fourth. Skull there squeezed a little bit wide on the exit, but fair play to it. OS Limbs in P6, Wolf 7th, Daddy is 8th, Vector in 9th, Kinda 10th, Archie 11th. Bax Console Planet is going to finish in 12th, then Geo is going to finish in 13th, and JR is going to finish in 14th. And that is some great racing, I must say, and a lot of broken radicals. That's a lot of radicals. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, all broken. Oh dear. Oh, there's another one. And there goes the front wing. And there we go. Pirouette time. Let's see. Is that Skull going for a few pirouettes? Who knows? Either way though. Official results then for this race. Archil, Jornet ahead of Ethan. Kaiser, Skuld, OS Limbs, Wolf, Big Kid Daddy, Vectro, Kinda, Archie, and then Bax, and then Gio, GR, and Matarang, so I say, the only retirement from this race. With a 10-second penalty as well, so look what he did there. Must have been speeding in the pit though, I imagine, to get a 10-second penalty that big. But, that is the first race of 2 done, and I must say, now we take a few moments to catch our breath, and well, you've probably guessed, we do have 2 other drivers in, and those are the 2 that just had a bit of a ding-dong battle in the last lap, and that there is Ethan and Skull. Now, Ethan, podium, gonna be happy with that one.
Yeah, wasn't expecting a podium out of this, because pace has been on the downside lately. That's just down to other commitments, you know, in other leagues, so but still, you know, just because I'm off the pace doesn't mean I'm going to battle, you know, subtly, to put it that way. Yeah, some pretty decent racing, to be honest. Hard and, well, I guess you could say clean. There was a few, you know, silly incidents that shouldn't have happened, but, you know, that's racing in a way what else you expect, you know.
Yeah, and down to Skold, just looked like Kaiser locked up there down to the hairpin. Did you get any damage from that?
No, I didn't get any damage surprisingly, but it scared the living crap out of me.
I was going to say, that was weird.
Yeah, locked up
I
on
appreciate the push off the track.
Well, I had Kaiser up me inside. What do you want me to do? Yeah,
the 3x3 into the last corner always happens. And we also have, do we have Wolf here? I think we do.
No, he's gone.
Did you hear him?
Yeah, there is Wolf. He's turned his mic on. So, Wolf, how did you find it out there?
It was good. I had pace, but had a bit of an incident on the third lap. Yeah.
Now, take us through that. What happened? It looked like a racing incident on my view there.
I don't really know. I was on the outside, so I decided I'd brake a little bit earlier than normal, but Vectro broke even earlier than me. So, as far as I was concerned, he backed out of the move. So I left him a bit of space on the inside, but still committed to the corner. And next thing I know, I'm hit and I'm spun round.
Yeah, through 360 degrees.
Another look at it.
Yeah, it just looked like one of those small mistakes that always happen, of course. But again, these top 2 drivers, Kaiser and John Etlow, battling away so hard, and to Ethan and Skold and Wolf, are you kind of surprised at the gap they managed to pull?
If I'm honest, like I'm gonna go. I want to be in neutral place here. Obviously, their pace is outstanding. You can't fault them for that. It's literally like Mercedes and F1. You just can't. You can't stop that. You know, that's the way it is. But looking at the final lap times, or like the fastest lap times, you know, pace seems to be very different. I don't know if that's just down to lack of practice or whatnot, but I'm seeing people doing 1:30 and 1:31s, and you know, Project Cars has had its, you know, fair share of moments where the live track 3.0 hasn't been accurate to a certain degree. So I don't know. It's the pace is faultless, and it proves because they pulled that gap. But I think there's more to it when it comes to this wet weather racing, where it can be inaccurate, and sometimes that's my view on it.
Yeah, indeed. I was looking at the chat as well as Vectro is taking a little bit of nice, at least he's taking a nice gentle approach to the incident as well, with all that'll be sorted later on, possibly in the stewards. But as I see, it was more of a 50-50 accident. Now we're getting ready to go for the next race, and this is always the anticipation bit where I always get confused of what to say. But today I've got things to talk about, because we have the Endurance League as well coming up in the next week as well. So excitement for all of the drivers, as well as Ethan and Wolf. Actually, sorry, Ethan and Skold. As sorry, Skold. I forgot that then. Gonna be doing participating in that as Skold. How did you just connect us in that, haven't you, buddy?
Well, thanks for rubbing it in. Yeah.
Yeah, took me with you last time. Luckily, Vectro streamed as well, which is always good. So where are we next week, if I'm not mistaken? I can't remember off the top of my head. Austria.
Red Bull Ring for a full wet race.
Now, Skold, you've won in the wet before, so expecting you to be good. So, where? No pressure, buddy. How do you think you're going to go?
Oh, I like the car there. I like the track. I just don't like the puddles, so hopefully I don't touch one of them and die.
Yeah, especially on the straight line. We wouldn't want to have that happen again.
Funny.
Seen that? I definitely remember quite a while ago in a wet race around that in AOR a few seasons ago, season 10 or 9 it would have been. A crash happened down there at the beginning of a race. So
Straight.
yeah, down the straight as well.
Is it the Nordschleife?
Yeah, it was the Nordschleife skull. You crashed in the straight line. Always like crashing. If you want to see that, it's on the AOR channel. So do recommend going and watch that stream because it was a pretty. If you want to hear my voice implode with an old mic, then that's the way to find it. Aren't you saying this track's a bit dangerous? Now, how are the puddles out there?
I didn't really see many.
It was more like Sector 1 was dry.
I was getting puddles into the entrance of the chicane and on the apex of the penultimate corner. There was puddles for me there. And then again, that goes back to my point of the accuracy of the live track 3.0. Like Lewis has said, the track was dry in the first sector, and I'm getting puddles in the final sector.
Yeah, for me,
I don't understand
I was definitely getting more puddles near the end of the race around a lot of the track, and it felt a lot worse. So I don't know where it's coming from. It could be better towards the end of the race. To me, it didn't at all.
Indeed. Well, it's always interesting, especially with these live Rover 3.0. I mean, up and down, of course. Servers occasionally do have a little bit of desync, which always can happen. I was getting ready to go for the feature race, the slightly longer one, of course, the more exciting, dramatic one, where we see a lot more explosions, shall I say, tend to go off. Because normally the sprint race is the one that's a bit more tame, but today, potentially not. Potentially it's the other way. But anyway, let's find out. We're getting ready to go in just a few moments' time. The time currently is 8:52 UK time. So let's expect some drama. Let's expect some excitement. It should be a dry race then. So the sunshine dried up the circuit in the 5-10 minutes since we last been on the circuit. So it's now nice and dry. Remember, formation app is on as well. So remember, they'll all be waiting that 5 seconds and they'll get themselves in reverse grid. So it will be Johnette starting second last, and that definitely means Big Kid, everyone else is starting reverse. It's going to be interesting.
Do we have the grid?
No, we should be getting the grid in due course. Hasn't been sent yet.
I'll be 10th.
Yeah, you should be in the middle of the pack then, just behind Kaiser Spear. There we go. So the official rundown. Matarang will lead then from Geo Lock, Geo and Bax then.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And here you go to see live scenes of Skull trying to count to 10.
Well, he can count better than he can drive in a straight line. We know that.
Yeah.
Till I crash, it just.
Now, luckily, no, I didn't curse anyone today, which is a first.
Not yet.
Not yet. Who knows? Will I curse?
Always seems to be a thing, that doesn't it?
Yeah, it has to be a thing. The curse of Evil Dragon. Don't forget as well.
Yeah,
my trademark maneuver. Don't forget as well to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell is well in the chat. Don't forget to follow Apex on Racing on Twitter.
Evil.
Yes, Mr. Scold.
I think you need a few bleeps on when the wolf was raging.
Yeah, no,
it was muted. He's muted.
I'm going to mute it.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he didn't mute us first, you silly boy.
Yeah, that is very good. We don't want any explicit words over the radio from the drivers. It'd be like very awkward. But anyway, let's get ready to go then. We're all starting already up, and let's be going in just a few moments' time, trading on Lord Big Kid Daddy.
That was a bloody good race.
People were saying in the dry, loose or stable. I'm pretty certain the loose is going to be more better here.
You'd be surprised.
No, I'd be surprised though.
Loose setup works better in the rain for me than it does in the dry.
Huh.
It's more stable in the wet.
Oh, wow. Learn something new every day, everyone. So there you go. From our two drivers, use the loose setup in the wet and the stable potentially in the dry. Up to you to do some practice. I would do practice, but I would crash immediately because we know how I do on this game. Not very well. Anyway, let's see then. So it is 5 o'clock UK time in the game. We're going to have a nice 30-minute race, of course, 27 minutes. Counting, of course, for the formation lap, and when everyone readies up, should be about 25-minute race potentially. We're all on the grid actually, so it'll be a 27-minute race potentially then.
Oh, I need a beat him.
Now, let's see if all the drivers manage to do this formation lap without contact, without drama, without an accident. We've seen it a few times before. They do tend to have so small mistakes, and those small mistakes can be costly, especially in a formation lap. Remember, though, in dry conditions, they'll be running a lot faster, up to about 3 to 4 seconds, I believe, quicker a lap. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. We'll find out what all that pace should be.
It's about a second.
It's about a second, apparently, there's a skull then, so...
times are really similar to that.
Surprised then. For some reason, I don't have the full radar off that, so that's a bit interesting. Don't have all the telemetry, but everyone gets underway. Not all of them waiting 5 seconds, unfortunately. There wasn't any contact there, but a few of the drivers getting a little bit close together. Jornet then down the back, looking at Ethan, who's somewhere on our camera screen. There he is. As the camera pans over, he forgot where he was. Now let's see a few drivers. Let's see. So JR, Matt Arang, who should be. I think personally Matt Arang should be right down the back personally because he retired, but nonetheless he'll start on pole, and that's kind of a deterrent as well. Well, yeah, the opposite of a deterrent, because you'll start on pole if you retire. So if you're one of the guys who had a bad race, we're running in the midfield, you could just retire and get yourself up on pole for the feature. Gio backs, then we got Archie, kinda, Vectro down P7 now, so it's disappointing though, so I say, from where he was earlier on. He was running right up there in 4th and 5th at the beginning of the race and just dropped back, of course, had contact and had some other incidents as well. Wolf in 9th, Limbs, Scold, Kaiser, Ethan, Jornet and Racing Archie right down the back. Now, in these sprint race, well, these feature races, starting down the back as well, sometimes it can be a bit messy, because remember, you've got to pass all of these slower drivers. Well, because some of them might be quite quick in this race now, especially as they'll have cleaner air. It seems the top two have rather gone quite early right now. They're really going a lot quicker than the midfield, so they want to get going as soon as they can. Of course, that only just means they'll be going a lot slower, and their tyres will be cold there as well when they come to the start. They go, let it start to run 2 by 2 then, like Noah's Ark once said. All aboard the Noah's Ark. Don't think he said that, but we said it now. There we go then. 2 by 2 by 2. And it's Matt, JR, Gio, Bats. A few of them, they're all just ready to get set up position. A few in the midfield, not yet done so, as they're should be getting set up now as you come through the last corner then. Here we go then. So, Matt on the right. A little bit of stagnated
I haven't even
growth.
caught up. Look at the fingers so far apart.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go then. Top guy's really spread up. There's contact there in the middle there. Someone going a bit sideways. The back catches up. There's a little bit stagnated in the middle, but Matt decides to go really early then. So Matt goes then, and we're going to see it nice and clean down towards turn number 1 then. So he goes immediately 3 abreast then into turn 1, but it's Matarang GL going around the outside. Gio then. Oh, we got cars off. We got cars off already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars, I think, getting contact there in the middle. And that's kind of going off. We got Archie going sideways. There's huge drama there, as one of them might have been Scold, I think, having contact potentially, or it might have been Wolf having contact there with someone else off the start. As he comes down to the old hairpin, Matt leads from Gio. Up there in the midfield, everyone running good and close there. One car going wide as well. So a bit of carnage. That's Wolf there up to P5. Big Kid Daddy battling away there up to P4 as they come up towards the second split then. And this beginning's already carnage. Got 1, 2 cars off the road down the back there. 1 car off. That's Jornet off the man who won before off the road. And off goes Wolf as well. They're all going off the road here. What is going on here? A few cars going wide as they come down towards the straight. Liz is getting a little bit close for comfort here as they come down the straight, but Scud up to P4 now. Challenging Big Kid Daddy around the outside, has to go off the road, has to take the evasive action there. Ethan there, up there is Vectro battling away with EPR Archers. They go 3 abreast down into that corner. Let's see, Vetro level on the brakes. JR almost clips the back of Scott there, almost clips Ethan as well. Now he loses the rear. Now he has to be careful, doesn't swerve back across. He's got two cars up the inside. So you get a bit close together. This is a little bit close as well, but they all somehow don't trip over each other on the first lap, which surprisingly is good. No real drama, say to least, apart from Archie and John who went off the road. They've all relatively kept each other out of danger. Scott there, battling away with his teammate Vetro. Vetro there, getting a bit sideways. Struggling with that rear end right now. Hasn't got the grip, hasn't got the pace right now on that rear tyre potentially. And Ethan there, up to P3 right now. What's happened to Wolf? He's currently down in 12, so he's made a mistake somewhere. He's dropped his way back, didn't see that there. So he's gone down to 12. Up, here we go, side by side, Big Kid Daddy on the grass. And just be careful here, he wants to be joined just in the middle of the pack. Ethan there, challenging up to third. Has he got around the outside? Yes, he has around the outside of both backs and Big Kid Daddy there. Beautiful stuff there from the Englishman. Here comes Veteran challenging up the inside. Scold as well, battling away with EPR Racing Archer off the road. There goes Big Kid Daddy. Has he kept it just out of the ward? I think he has done, but that's down the back now. Oh, they're going free wide. This can't be good. Three abreast into the chicane. There's going to be contact. Surely one of them's going round. One goes through the gravel, one goes off. Scold's going to have a penalty there. He'll have to lift off, I think that. So he'll be very lucky if he hasn't. Veteran might shut one up the inside in desperation. He's going to think about it. The two teammates. Oh, they make contact there. I think they ever so slightly touch. Up the hill. Here we go then. Side by side. Still going at it then. Vector and Skull. The two teammates going into the last corner. Is Skull going to squeeze his teammate wide as one car goes unnecessary slow? They do make contact. One car in the pit lane then. And is there damage or something goes wrong there for one of them? I don't know why that's happened there. That's backs going in the pits. Don't know what's happened there. Still 3 by 3 there. 3 abreast down the straight. Here comes Archie trying to make a move there, and he can't do anything. Big Kid Daddy as well in all of this as well. This is great stuff between all of these drivers. Kaiser, so I say there, battling away. Brilliant stuff here again around the odd hairpin. Scold, Vector, EPR, Archie, Kaiser all battling together. This is getting a bit close. Ethan up to P2 now, so he's done what he needed to do. He's starting to catch as well as with everyone else. Jornet right down. Kaiser having problems as well, stuck behind traffic. This is exactly what this man wants to do. Now they come down towards turn 8 and 9. Vector rather doing his teammate all the duty right now, holding everyone up behind. One car off the road in the background. That must be Big Kid Daddy yet again going off, and one other car going off as well. Don't just know who that is. That must be, is that Wolf potentially? I think it might have been Wolf as OS Limbs dives up the inside and he gets through the position there. Easy does it as he gets overtaken by another car as well. So these guys in the midfield getting a bit close together. Wolf will have to go very wide there. Must be careful as well. He's going to get clipped up the inside there. Goes Jornet. He takes two cars in one. So Jornet really flying all of a sudden then in this race. So he's starting to come through. A 131.3 for Ethan. 131.9 for Matt. Alright. Vectro. Archill. Then we got Gio. Then we got Kaiser battling away there with Gio. Then so Kaiser up to P6 now, passes Gio for P7. Here we go, Vectro now to press, and then from Archill then he gets through then up to P4. So Archill now has that clean air, and now can he try and close up? Again, Skull's got some pace all of a sudden in this race. He's starting to open that gap up a little bit now. For the cars behind, about 1 second, 1.6. He's 2 seconds behind his fellow comrade of Ethan. And Skull completely goes sideways there. Proves to us what happens when you drift the car. Vector's coming back at Kaiser up the inside. Vector tries on up the inside. Kaiser forced out wide. This is really helping everyone else up front here because Kaiser now trying to come through. Yet it's not big EPR Racing Archer, but Kaiser's a really quick driver as well. Up the inside he comes then on the brakes. Gets through on Vector. Vector down to P6 now. As he drops down more and more. Vector's going to try and come back low up the inside. If he put himself on the grass, he does go on the grass. Up the inside he comes. Kaiser covers him off. Vector a little bit of contact there. Tried up the inside. Wasn't going to work that. Kaiser always had the line to cover him off. Kaiser ran into the side of him there. And here we go then. Gap up front. 1 second. Scold, and let's see though, I think Archil might settle at 1 minute 30 at this rate. 1 minute 29.9. My god, that's a quick lap. And surely with the pace he's got it all to lose. Well, he has got it to lose because Scold could be a sneaky little bugger and defend all he likes. And this is going to help, of course, everyone up ahead. But Scold, he's going to play it. Let's see how he plays it. Is he going to play it in the nice and aggressive manner, or is he going to play it nice and calm? That's Scold, the man who tends to crash in straight lines. He survived so far today without crashing in a straight line, crashed in the corner. But he's doing well. Ethan then up to the lead then. He got the inside line of Matarang, who's going rather slow. Matarang runs himself out of the road. He's going to spin himself if he's not careful. Off he goes. Now must be careful rejoining, as here comes Scold. And here comes EPR Racing Archer. Now gets the outside line into the chicane. Has he got it already? Yes, he has got it already. So he's done it already before they even get to the chicane. And Archer up to P3, but runs wide. Now can Scold try and capitalise on that? No, he can't, because Scold gets a tank slapper and a swapper on. Few drivers in the background here. You can see Matarang running rather unnecessarily wide there. I don't know what he's doing there, but rather just defending unnecessarily there. He didn't have to defend that hard. And now he drops down behind EPR Racing Archer, and now Archer can go chase on after the leader. And you've got to wonder, with Archill's pace he's had already, these lap times there are 1:30 dead. Just under 6 tenths out of Ethan already. The gap's closing a bit by bit. About 1-2 seconds so far then. 2.3. Matt, Scold close together as well. Scold has to make his way past Matarang right now, because Matarang is clearly going a little bit slower than these drivers, so he's hanging on in there for the time being. Scold needs not to make a mistake, though. He needs to be careful. He needs not to crash. That is the important question, though. Will he crash? That is the question that always overhangs his shadow. We got one man out of this race already, and hard to see who that is. As Scold has a bit of contact there as he gets with Kaiser. Journette catching this group as well. So Journette now up to P6. Closing up as well. He's dispatched Vectro and Wolf, who is going sideways there. Just about catches the car. And I was about to say, he's starting to do quite well. Now he has to defend into the chicane. Has to be careful around the outside. Going so very slow. He'll have the outside line. He'll squeeze himself out wide. Will he get the extra speed? No, he doesn't, because OSM's chucked himself off the road. And now Vectro, Kaiser, and Journette now up to P5. As he's dispatched Kaiser. And this is incredible pace, as he's going even quicker now than everyone else. This is beautiful stuff from Journette and EPR Racing Archer. They're flying around this circuit, and they're in a different league almost. And let's see, the lap times there, 2:10, so it's not closing too much now between the top two. So fair play, Ethan's got the pace right now. He's starting to open up a little bit. Scold's dropped back, he's dropped behind Matarang. And now I mentioned this, he needs to be trying to make this move as soon as he can, because he looked behind, Journette's all over him. And this is the last thing that Scold wanted to see, is a car going a lot quicker than him in this stage of the race. So come down to the old hairpin for the 8th time. Journette's kind of closing, he's trying to find the gap and trying to find the opportunity to make the move. He thinks one way, he thinks the other. Now he tries around the outside here, down towards turn 8 and 9. Now he tries to cover him off, because here comes Kaiser now around the outside. Kaiser thinks about the move around the outside, won't do it though. Remember, Journette's going to be slow because of Skull going a bit slower as well. So this is all bottlenecking these three drivers and just allowing Matarang to run away to P3. Skull's going to cover him all the way to the right. He's trying to make him get that bad exit. This is a good tactics there, but that's not worked because they've all gone wide. Journette runs off the road. Now they're going to go 3 abreast, almost down towards the hairpin then. Journette's going to be frustrated with that one. He thought he had the move, but couldn't do it. Round the outside, thinking about it. Here comes Kaiser. Can he do it? No, he can't. Has to run himself out of the road now. He's going to be cautious as he's got Journette on the outside, and he just covers. Now he tries around the outside of Scold, who's these two had battles earlier on in the first lap last time around. As again, side by side, Journette has good exit speed though. Still can't do it. Still struggles with that speed. Scold has to defend. He'll have to go to the inside line to force him around the outside. Can he do it around the outside? Surely not. He'll run himself wide. And this is all going to allow Journette to come through. It will allow Journette to come through then. just about. They're going to be side by side down the hill, down towards the old hairpin. Jornet through just about. One's a bit wide though. This is going to allow Kaiser to try and make a move. And Scold almost drops it. And doesn't want to do that. Top 2, 1.9 seconds. Here we can see again Kaiser thinks about that move. Again tries it. Skull doing a beautiful job. Again completely sideways. He is struggling for whatever reason that in this race with no grip. 15 minutes to go. Jornet has a penalty as well, adding to his list. That should be a 2-second time penalty. Colossal for him. That'll drop him down a little bit as they continue to battle down towards the chicane. Jornet, Kaiser having a look. Kaiser will get a good exit here actually, and he does get a good exit as Jornet covers him off there. Bit of contact. Kaiser all the way up the inside, and now he can start squeezing him out wide. Up the inside, now he can open the steering up a little bit, but make sure you don't get a cut back low. As here we can see Jornet thinks about it, but can't do it. Has to back off, and this here is just the crucial thing. Top 2 now, 1.3 seconds, a 1:29.5, even quicker there for Archil. He is starting to rein in, but these guys, 7 seconds as this gaggle of cars. Matt, Skull, Kaiser, Jornet, Wolf, OSL, and Venture all separated by about 5 seconds, give or take. That incredibly close. Matarang is starting to drop back the pace right now. 1:32. He's 2 seconds a lap slower than Skull, who with a 1:30.7. Another note behind, we got everyone else dropping back. Jornet last lap with 1:36.0. So very slow lap for him, despite him going so quick. It's a slow lap. Don't know what happened there. Might have been a bit of a telemetry misfortunes there. And he's stuck behind Kaiser. He's doing a good job there in 5th. Skull in 4th. Matarang in 3rd. Archil now only 6 tenths behind the leader. So Archil's is the reign of terror in this race. And we've replaced one man who's doing very well with another man who's doing very well. Here comes Archil. He's got to slightly cover off the inside line. Now he can kind of pull to the outside and squeeze him a little bit here. But let's see. Now he tries around the outside. He'll squeeze him wide a little bit then. Fair play to him there. Archie loose to the rear end. All fair play indeed. And here we can see battles there. I don't think that would have done any damage, luckily, though. It was light contact. One's a bit deep, though. As Ethan tries to get in a better line and a better straight line speed down the straight. Archie just had to sit behind for the time being. Skull's got ahead on Matarang, who's dropped off the planet of Earth. As Kaiser now up to P4. Skull's in P3. Top 2 though, close together. It's 4 tenths the gap, and this here is where Kaiser would have liked to have been, as well as Scold, but unfortunately their pace seems to have been dropping off a little bit as these guys battle. And this as well is where we see the money making. This is where we see the battle between VSR and EPR. And of course, we can see anything happen here, but I've got my money here on everything going well between these two drivers. We're going to see a fair and well-fought battle between these two giants right now in this race. They're 7 seconds up the road. Where would they be with the likes of Jornet, who's stuck down in 8th? Who knows? Here again, good exit here from Archil, but he's a bit too far back there. He's going to slightly cover off the inside line again. Force him to go around the outside. He's done this before, actually. Again, Archil, he's starting to make that move. Again, even great defending that. Does not allow any opportunity to come through. And this is exactly why you got elite drivers here today. And a bit of contact almost into the chicane, into the hairpin, so to say that. Archil running a little bit deep on the brakes. Even swerving a little bit there, and Archil a little bit swerving as well. They're all just weaving down the straight, just waving to each other in their cockpits with their cars. Hopefully they don't spin each other and flick spin accidentally. It's an easy thing to do in these cars, but I presume they won't do a flick spin. That would end very badly, like my old fellow commentator Soup sometimes does. He does flick spins and doesn't normally end well for him. He ends up upside down. But hopefully we don't see any of that happening today. 2 tenths between these two though. Archil right now, I think he's just kind of trying to bide his time. He's got 11 minutes to try and make a move. But those 11 minutes, they're going to tick down. He's going to have to start pondering where the opportunity is to come through. And if he can come through. But even right now, doing a stellar job up front. Despite the potential commentator cars, he is leading. And he's doing what he needs to do. Here we go. Archer has a look. It won't be an opportunity around the outside. Ethan could kind of cover him off. Gives him the opportunity, though. Gives him a bit of space. Fair play to him. Could have covered him off a little harder. But covers him off. Here we go. Then again. This is the line he's done. Now we have to squeeze him as hard as he can. Hard, hard, hard. Contact there. Down towards the corner. Down towards the hairpin. Archer up the inside. Has he run himself too wide? Has he run too wide? I think he's got to somehow stop, though. Now can Ethan try and make a move? Here you go, Archer will cover off the inside line and Ethan will try and make a lunge up the inside. He'll force him out wide. Well, Ethan will have the inside line. Now he can just kind of squeeze him a little bit there. Does do so. Ooh, off the road goes Archer, but he somehow keeps it on the island. Beautiful stuff there between the VSR and EPR here for the lead of the race in Donington Park. And Archer just about holds on to the car. Ran himself kind of out of road there, got on the curb, lost the rear, and those curbs got on them, you ride them, you bottom out, and these cars especially, they run a low ride height, and you immediately chuck it off there. So racing incident as well there. Still though, Kaiser, Wolf and Jonette battling. That's how bad Jonette is going. He's behind Wolf. Where's Wolf come from? He's in P4. Well, that's unexpected. We lost another car from this race. I don't know who that is, but still though, Kaiser Arnshield doing a beautiful job. Let's go on board with him then. Let's see, where is he getting this good line? It's a shame where he gets such a good exit and Ethan just has to cover off on the exit. If Ethan just manages to just slow him up and get this perfect exit here, he'll be in good cover there. He gets a beautiful exit there. Despite goes a lot cover out, he got a penalty. Archer got a penalty, aha. That's not good for him. He went a little bit too deep there. Got on the curb and just ran himself out of road there in the background. Kaiser and Jornet battling away. Now this is not what the top two want to see. Is Jornet coming through out of this race. Now he's challenging Kaiser. And more Kaiser holds up Jornet, the more these top guys are pulling away. And Skull now ahead of Wolf. So Wolf, I said, how has he got to P4? Now he's in P6, so I've cursed him again. As Ethan now has a 1 second time advantage. Just to relax a little bit, just to be calm. Kaiser and Jornet battling together, and of course Jornet with that 2 second time penalty. Oh, and there goes Scold. And well, we mentioned his connection, we mentioned it earlier on. That's a bit temperamental, and he's out of the race, and that might be a hammer blow for his championship. Here comes Jornet down the hill, round the outside, up to the odd hairpin. Surely not into the odd hairpin. He has the inside line. Oh, they almost touch. Beautiful stuff between the pair of them. They just hold on. Kaiser can't do it. Jornet keeps the position. And you have to say, Jornet, top class driving, top class defending. Up front though, still the battle between Ethan and Archer. And now we're down to 12 runners, of course. Wolf and Vector now promoted up to 5th and 6th after Skull's misfortunes. Kaiser, Jornet, they're close together. Let's see again here. Jornet's been very good in this section of the circuit. Though I say that again, he makes a mistake every time. That he's been very good. Now when I keep cutting to him, he makes mistakes. So let's have a look at Archer right now. He is doing well. He's capturing the lead right now, and you got to say he's doing a beautiful job. He closes up 7/10 on the brakes, so he's definitely got better brakes right now than Ethan. So he seems to be more comfortable. But it's that exit speed that just Scold has all of it.
I'm not Scold.
You're not Scold, you're Ethan. I'm confusing people. I thought of Scold. Oh, it's gone wrong. Archer there in P2. Scold, who's out of the race, of course, of disconnection. Not surprised with his temperamental in there. Might get any Ethernet cable. Jornet and Kaiser battling together. Archer in P2. Further down, Vectro battling away there with Wolf. And let's see what these two can do. They had contact earlier on, and 3 attempts to gap there. Archer's really suddenly decided he wants to go for it again then, so it took a bit of time to cool down the tyres, get a little bit of confidence back into him then. So looks like Archer's going for heats then, so let's see. He makes a mistake though. He drops a lot of time and he has to catch it up all over again though. 6 minutes to go. Archer gets that good exit we've had before. Gets a bit wide though. And is that going to be a penalty? We're a little bit off the road, but he keeps it on. Here we go, up the inside line. He's going to make a dive up the inside. Yes, he does dive up the inside. Does he manage to get it stopped? Somehow, yes, he does. So, great dive from Archil, but here we go. He'll have to really cover it this time, though. Now he goes wide. Now he allows Ethan up the inside. Does he do it? No, he runs wide, though, does Archil, but somehow, again, gets the car stopped, gets the power on, and I don't know how Archil does it. He's got such an amount of grip in that car from nowhere, and he just gets the power on. Even though he's still in P2, he can still challenge, especially if Archil makes that small mistake. Kaiser and Jornet battling away, though, and this is doing the leaders beautiful stuff, because Jornet, who is going a little bit quicker than these guys, just stuck. He's just bottlenecked behind Kaiser, and Kaiser just defending and holding that line beautifully. 2 retirements from this race, by the way, and I think it might have run down to P9 as well, so he's having a disappointing run of affairs. Skull, who is out of course, we know of this connection. We got 2 others out as well. Hard to say who it is, but nonetheless, 5 attempts between the top 2. It starts to open up a little bit now, but it's that mistake that Kaiser can sometimes make into this chicane, and there you can see it. He makes a mistake, but somehow gets such a good exit despite running very deep into the corner. That just not allows Ethan to catch up. I don't know how Archil managed to do it. He loses the rear, but just somehow holds the line. And it's beautiful stuff to watch on board. We are with Ethan right now on the onboard camera. And you can just see, holds the line still. And he's doing a beautiful job. Onto the outboard we go, and still Archil, Ethan, Jornet now up to P3, and this could be trouble, but we've only got 4 minutes to go, and I don't think that Jornet's going to be going 5 seconds a lap quicker. All of a sudden, as Kaiser does some grass cutting there in his radical. Wolf and Vectro close together. Ahead of OS Limbs, ahead of Mikander, ahead of Matarang, Geo, JR, and Archie, who is right down the back and is dropping rather quickly now. And you've got to say, with 4 minutes to go, the field's starting to spread out now a little bit, apart from the top 2, I must say. Fair play to them, they're keeping each other in check. The gap might be opening attempt by attempt. Ethan's pace there up to the 29s right now, and he's reining in slightly, I must say, a little bit by little bit, the leader. So anything can happen here with just, was there 2-3 laps to go, give or take then. Again, Archil runs a little bit wide, but somehow just gets the speed through there, despite running over the curb massively there. Doesn't get a penalty from it, and I don't know how he's doing it. But whatever way, it's beautiful stuff to watch. Jornet's got that 2-second time penalty. Wolf Vector's got an 8-second time penalty. Oh dear, how's that happened? So he's not had very much fun. Wolf there now in P5. He's ahead of these guys, so I think Wolf knows now he doesn't have to battle Vector too hard, because that penalty Vector's got, that rather ruins him. OS Limbs will come ahead, possibly as well as some others, but he's a little bit behind. Now let's see, this is the crucial thing. How much pace has Jornet got right now? What's his lap time's going to be? A 29.4 last lap. He needs to be in the, like a 26 if he was going to catch. He's not. He's in the 29.2, so he's taking 7 attempts out of it, but he's 10 seconds behind. So unfortunately, that rather ruins any opportunity for him to come through and get that position before the end of this race. Up front, 1.3 now opening up. Archil, he's just kept his nose clean. He's just kept his head clean in this race. And you have to say, he's got a lot of he's a very confident driver. He just seems to show up sometimes. He has the pace some weeks, sometimes he doesn't, sometimes inconsistent. But when he's on it very quick. And could this be a potential double victory? We've seen it before as well. In the first round we saw a double victory. In the second round I'm not too certain. In the third round though, we might see it as Archil loses the rear end and almost spins. Let's not have that happen. That wouldn't be very good. But he's still like, with 1 minute 56 to go. We'll have 2 laps to go then in this race. 2 more after this then. So of course, well, 1 more after this one we're currently on. So we're on the penultimate lap, all but 1. And it is Archil leading Ethan, leading Jornet, leading Kaiser, leading Wolf, leading Limbs. And Vectro has rather lost the plot right now. He's down in 7th. Well, it's going from bad to worse for the Dutchman. He's just got a new racetrack, of course, announced for Formula 1. Maybe it's got to his head a little bit and he's dropping down off the pace. Kinda For You is down there in 8th ahead of Matt, Gio, JR and Archie all the way down the back. And you can see now the pace starting to really show from Archie. He's starting to open up. I think now he's just going to try and go for fast lap. He's got 1 minute to go. One more lap, of course, after this one. And he's got it all to play for. But crucially, all to lose as well. One more mistake and that will be that. Jornet surprisingly isn't catching Ethan as well. He's just rather staying at 11-12 seconds despite going a little bit quicker. He's too close up on this lap a little bit. He may have made a mistake of couple, of course, but he's not pulling away from Kaiser at all. Kaiser's catching up to him. And you've got to be impressive. A lot of gravel as well down there into the chicane. So that might be causing a few issues between the drivers. Gap now closes down to 7. Temps a little bit there. Now up to a second. Up to 1.6. Down to 1.3. The timing's a bit glitching out right now, but everything should be fine. Wolf on course for a joint best position he's done in such a long time. P5 ought to be a very happy achievement. Vectro's living up to his P7 motto. He seems to always finish P7. Finished P7 last time, now he's going to finish P7 again today. And we have finished now as the thing. We're on the final lap as Archie is now on it from Ethan there, 1.6. Jornet and Kaiser then, so they would have crossed the line to finish their lap, of course. But of course they'll still have one more to go. We're on the final lap. Wolf ahead of OS Limbs, ahead of Vectro, kinda. And then Gio, Matarang, Gio Lock and Load. And then we got Archie as well. This is some great racing between all of the drivers, but crucially though, for EPR racing Archie. He's got the lead. He stayed there. He may have made mistakes earlier on that cost him it nearly. But crucially, he just has the chicane. And then run right. And one left to go. Through the chicane then. Has to make sure this is clean. Has not to make a mistake. Great driving from the pair of them. Ethan as well. And EPR racing Archie. But through he comes then. Into the hairpin for the last time. Into the last one for the last time. He opens the gap. He has the pace. Archie through the last corner. He took one victory just over half an hour ago. And now he's going to make it 2 on the trot with victory then. Again here in Donington Park. 2 out of 2. And Ethan finishes second there. And he's going to be very happy with that one. As he goes spinning. And oh dear. Jonette then, 3rd position. He's not going to be happy with that one as he flick spins the car and somehow doesn't crash. Wolf is going to finish in 5th position then. So, once the line comes, Wolf, 5th place, the best he's going to do. And I think that's the best he can imagine. OS Limbs there in P6. Vector in P7. Then we waited for Mick Kinda. He's P8, Geo P9. Then we've got Matt, JR and Archie down in P12. Disappointment for him. Kinda through the last corner then. He'll finish P8 then on the road. Gio down in P9. Matt comes through the last corner. Started on pole. Couldn't convert it. P10. Lock and Load comes to the line and that's going to be P11. And now we're waiting for Archie down in P12. What a race from all of the drivers. What a race. What 2 races we've had. And now we go to the man of the moment. Because as I will get as I don't know if I have the party host, but whoever has can possibly invite Archie. Ethan, P2. Great battle there. How did you find it out there?
A lot better than I expected. I decided to go against using the loose setup like I did in qualifying and use the stable, which is a lot better on the brakes. Just trying to find some words because I'm really tired and hot and horrible right now because that was possibly the hardest I've had to drive in a long while. Just a brilliant race, you know. Arshall gave me a full-on run for my money, and I knew his pace was faster, but you know, I decided I'll give him a run for his money too, and it paid out to be quite a decent race for a couple of laps. But he just had the pace overall, and he just pulled away really.
And of course, as we have Wolf as well. How did you find it out there? P5 at the end, if it wasn't, if I'm not mistaken. So great race for you. How did you do?
It was a very good race. I dropped back to last from the start, and the car had 0 grip. I was on the loose setup. I think I probably should have gone for the stable setup. So I'm listening to what Ethan said, because I think it's Coppice coming onto the back straight. I think that's the name of the corner. The car had 0 grip. I had no feedback, which is why I kept going off there. So to finish 5th, for me, it was like a victory, because the amount of times I nearly crashed in that race. So I'm quite happy with how it went.
Indeed. Let's see if we can get any word from any of the other drivers then, if we can. Especially like of Archhill. So we'll hold on for a brief moment as we'll try and get likes of Archhill and Vector potentially in then, as he invites me to his party. But let's see if we can get Archhill and everyone in here as well. From what was a beautiful race from all the drivers as well. I had a bit of drama, a bit of excitement, a contact. No real accidents to say the least that stood out though. They were all relatively kept it clean, which is good to see. Donington Park often brings up some of the great racing, as we'll just wait a couple of moments, see if we can get anyone else in. This will be getting Vectro in a brief moment, and there we see the 7th place Dutchman, the one who likes 7th place. How did you find it out there, my friend?
Oh, we're still live. Oh, yeah. Hello. Yeah. Well, it was a terrible race for me, to be honest.
Yeah, struggled a little bit there, and had contact in the first race. But under the second race, Red, you were right up there and then you dropped back. Did you just struggle with the grip?
Oh yeah, definitely. I doubt I should have gone for the loose setup, because it would be a risk to go on the stable setup, because I thought maybe the car would be even worse then. But on the loose setup, I just said no rear grip, and I was really struggling. And judging by my penalty, you can see as well, trying to catch it and then going wide every time, and then 8-second penalty, that didn't help.
Indeed, yeah. Well, we're seeing if we can get the race winner in, but I think we can not. So I'll round off the stream then. No more luck, you'll join in like 10 seconds afterwards. But nonetheless, it's been a great race. Great from all the drivers, up and down throughout the field. Drama, excitement. What will in 7 days' time bring? Well, we'll find that out as we come to the final. Then, until next time, take care and goodbye.